Hi, welcome back. I wanted to make a video specifically towards anxiety because thinking of inner critic thoughts, which was the video prior, is a really big component in managing and creating anxiety in people. So anxiety is something that is so prevalent from young kids all the way to elderly individuals. Almost everybody in their life can say that they have experienced anxiety. Other people struggle with it. And then there's others that can't function because of anxiety. So I wanted to bring some light into the topic and give you a little bit of background about what anxiety is, because a lot of times we get this shake it off or just breathe or just calm down. And if it was that easy, then we wouldn't have so many people suffering from it. So I'm going to give you a little bit of background, and then I am going to give you just a few tips on what you can do to immediately kind of start to get some relief from anxiety attacks. And then as we continue to go, we'll look at what are the surface issues as well as what are the deep-rooted issues that keep anxiety going. So one thing that's really important to know is that usually anxiety is something that's happening in your nervous system. So you have what a lot of people might know of as the fight or flight. So we have evolutionarily had this to make sure we can fight off predators or decide whether we were going to run from them. Except now we don't have those same types of triggers anymore, but our nervous system still responds like that. So with people that struggle with anxiety, we are interpreting threats in our environment, whether it's something that's happened before and we think it's going to happen again, usually related to like a feeling, or maybe we see something, or maybe that it happened in this certain situation or this certain place, and this is how what I call a negative feedback loop, right? So you see, let's say, a certain person, that person reminds you that you had an anxiety attack last time, another anxiety attack happens, and only based off of the fact that you remembered, not even anything else, okay? So your body causes anxiety. Your nervous system causes anxiety. It gets your sympathetic nervous system running. It gets your heart pumping. This is supposed to prepare you to fight off an animal. There's no animals to fight off. And what happens is when we're constantly in this state, we're constantly getting worked up off of certain triggers in our environment, we're really putting our body under a lot of stress. Anxiety, chronic anxiety, is really linked to poor outcomes with any type of diseases and cancer. So this is such an important topic to bring attention to, because our bodies can't take this constant on alert. It's like we're going to be on overdrive, right? You're running out of gas because your body is going. So what happens is, like I said, your body identifies something in the environment as a trigger. It's something's dangerous, something's not right. Maybe it's a perfectionistic thought. Maybe it's a person. Maybe it's a memory. And this keeps the anxiety going. And then on top of that, we have the fear that, oh my gosh, I had an anxiety attack or I had a panic attack. It's going to happen again. And we get scared of it happening again, that we actually make it happen again. Again, negative feedback loop. So if you find yourself in these situations, I love using grounding and breathing. Breathing is really important, but you have to do it right, okay? So when you're taking deep breaths, one of the most important things is to focus on the out breaths, right? Not holding it in too much, because if you hold in your breath, you get your heart pumping faster, and that's doing the opposite of what we want. We want your heart rate to slow down, so your whole system starts to slow down. So the way you do that is really focus on longer out breaths, so about the same amount of time. You want to take in deep breaths. You want to you want to try to breathe in for about 6 seconds. You want to hold them for about 2 seconds, and then you want to let out at least for 6 seconds. And the concentration is on the letting out piece, because then that's what's really going to help you slow down your heart rate and get your nervous system back to what we call homeostasis, right? A good balance. If your anxiety is way off, like it's full-blown panic attack, and that breathing stuff is not working, which it does happen, another thing that you can really try to do is called grounding. And essentially what grounding is there's different numbers if you read different books. There's 5, there's 3, there's 2. There's use your 5 senses. I really like to do 3 or 4 to make it realistic. And it's, sometimes with the help of another person or you helping a person or just you reminding yourself to look at something. Look at 3 things. What can you see around the room? Okay, I see a light bulb. I see a painting. I see a door. Okay, great. What do you hear? I hear airplanes. I can hear music playing in the background. I can hear the AC going. Okay, well, is there anything that you can smell? And then tactile, which is touch. I usually have people touch the pants, right? The seams of their pants, touch their chair. What do you feel like? Okay, I'm touching my chair. It feels cold. It feels soft. It feels warm. Whatever it is, have them describe it or you describe it. And what this really does is it helps your brain kind of switch off to focusing on your present self and what's going on. And it kind of gives you like a safety technique. So it's grounding you back into reality a little bit. Like I said, this was going to be a short video. I have lots of content for this, but I don't want to keep these videos too long so that way I keep your attention. Come back for more later on this week. I will give you more ideas about what could be provoking your anxiety so that way we can work on trying to stop them. Thanks for tuning in.